everyone. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. I just jumped right into the show today because we're a little behind. We're a little behind of schedule because I'm having some internet connectivity issues. Could be because there's so many trees in the way. So many trees impacting our internet. But you have stumbled right in to Kari's Corner. Thank you so much for being here today. I am so happy that you have logged in. If you are new and you've never been to my corner before, I don't normally look like this. I don't normally have a tree on my head, but it's the Christmas season. So please make sure you drop in the chat. Let me know who you are, where you're from, where you're viewing from, all of those wonderful things. I love Christmas. Yay! Hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining. If I have connectivity issues today, I'm not sure what's going on in my neighborhood. So I do want to go ahead and apologize if for some reason I have to pop off because my internet is just not keeping up. So if I have to do that, the amazing Tracy will hop on momentarily. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to be just fine today. Watching from Pakistan, happy Christmas. Happy Christmas to you guys as well. Thank you so much for tuning in today. A lot like last week, we are, as much as I love my hat, ladies and gentlemen, I just can't talk with it on. So I'm going to have to take the hat off. But it's tons of fun, right? So we had a lot of fun last week. Last week, we were baking cookies. We were getting ready for the holiday season. My cookies are already gone. My children and my husband have already eaten all of them. So a lot like last week, I want to encourage those questions again. I want to keep encouraging those amazing questions that you guys asked last week. If you had questions about any of the exams, PTE, OET, MET, IELTS, TOEFL, CGFNS just released a statement, kind of a year-end review that was really, really interesting. And in that year-end review, they said in 2022, IELTS was the number one test by far. IELTS was the number one choice. I'm pretty sure it was like 77% of people specifically using CGFNS, that 77% of the scores they received were from IELTS. IELTS is a great test, no shame on the IELTS, but this year alone, PTE has taken over. So shout out to Pearson PTE and the amazing growth that you have had with your foreign nursing education requirements. You've been pushing really hard. Shout out to my girl, Meredith Stokes, who is always pushing for the PTE to be accepted. So congratulations to all of my people at the PTE. If you have questions about the PTE or you're interested in enrolling in one of our free PTE review courses and you are a nurse with Worldwide, I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to help you prepare. I get notifications every day of nurses who are finding success in their English exam. However, I do want to say that first time is just not the time for everybody. Right? Some people are just, you don't get it on the first time. And I just want to encourage you this time, just keep trying. And when I say keep trying, I also mean like try something different, right? The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results, right? So try something different. Don't keep doing the same study habits over and over again. If you're one of those or one of many who have to take a test multiple times, try something different. Download a different app. Listen to different podcasts. Really look at your score report and look at the area that you need to work on and do a lot of different types of preparation for that area, right? So try something different. Obviously what you did before didn't work. So try something different. Tips and insights regarding the OET. That's a great question. The OET is an amazing test. Shout out to Gary and Jack out there in OET world. Also doing a great job of really pushing to get their test accepted by more boards of nursing. If you are, we do have positions available in the UK. But if you're going to the UK, the United Kingdom, they only accept IELTS and OET. Those are the top two tests that they accept. So OET, their website, honestly, has the best preparation. They have a YouTube channel that breaks down their tests, gives a lot of amazing test tips and tricks, all of those wonderful things. You're a nurse by profession, and you want to continue your profession in the United Kingdom. Well, I strongly urge you to reach out to one of our recruiters. Tracy can pop that link in there, and we can kind of get you connected, get you started. I know we have some really cool things that we're doing in the UK. So, but yes, thank you, Tracy. OET.com is where you're going to find a lot of great resources for the OET. It really is an amazing test built for healthcare workers. It will ask you when you sign up for the test, are you a doctor? Are you an RN? Are you a med lab tech? Like, what are you? And that's the style of test that you take. So it's really, really, really cool. So as you can tell, I am in my pajamas. I'm not in my normal corner office, if you will. But I'm sitting in front of my Christmas tree. Hello. All right. I'm horrible with flags. I don't know where is that Ghana? I'm guessing. Is that Ghana? I don't know, Dean. You're going to have to tell me. I'm so bad. I'm so embarrassed. But it's a beautiful flag. Hello. So today I'm going to get to your question, David. Philippines. Thank you, Dean. I appreciate that. Very, very good. Very good. You guys are killing me with the flags. You just want to see me struggle over here, right? Just want to see me struggle. I'm going to have to download an app to help me learn flags. Maybe Tracy, I need you to hop in and answer the flag questions for me. Flag trivia, bring it. Yes, thank you, Tracy. Tracy's going to answer the flag questions. I appreciate it. But hello, Dean in the Philippines. Wonderful. So today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 holiday traditions in the United States. I'm going to try to get through this list of 10, but please continue with your questions, your English language exam questions. If you want tips and tricks, if you're one of those people and you just can't get to the 7 on the IELTS speaking, whatever it is I can do to help, please keep those questions coming. But while we're doing that, I'm going to go over the top 10 list of United States holiday traditions so that you can prepare for your first Christmas here in the U.S. Good morning. Happy holidays. I know that the Pennsylvania board needs an active English exam to endorse with them. What about New Jersey? Do they require an active English exam or just the visa screen? Let me double check that for you right now. I'm pulling up my handy dandy cheat sheet. New Jersey for endorsement just requires a visa screen. So there you go. There's the answer to that question. Hello in Kenya. Thank you for popping on, Kenya. Because that reminds me, we are going to be in Kenya. We are sending Lewis to Kenya, and I am super jealous. Lewis, dadgummit. I have said since the beginning, I was like, I want to go to Kenya. And of course, the opportunity comes to go to Kenya, and Lewis is going. Oh, I'm so jealous. But we're going to be in Kenya, and because they're opening an NCLEX testing center in Kenya, which is so exciting. So we're going to be in Nairobi for the opening of that Pearson VUE NCLEX testing center. I think it's January 16th. Tracy can put the dates in the chat, but I think it's around like January 16th. I could be wrong. But we're going to be there. Lewis is going to be there, and Mark Bennett is going to be there. So thank you so much to those two guys for representing worldwide, and we're so excited to be there for the opening of this testing center. So thank you for popping in, Kenya. Armstrong, hello. Thank you so much. Ricky, thank you for watching. I was close. January 17th and 18th in Nairobi, Kenya. Watching Salvi from the UAE. Awesome. Thank you so much. PTE is acceptable for which countries? Well, in the United States, it's acceptable in a variety of states. Most states, actually, way more than half. So I can't tell you like which countries, though. but I can tell you which states in the United States. Are they accepting the PTE in Tennessee for visa screen and license endorsement? Salvi, I hate to tell you this, but no. Tennessee does not accept the PTE for licensure by examination or endorsement. They are an IELTS, TOEFL only state. They have not gotten on board with the PTE yet, or the OET, or the MET. They are strictly IELTS and TOEFL. So thank you for asking that question. It is one of the few states that is strictly IELTS and TOEFL, but it is IELTS and TOEFL. Yay from Kenya. Hey, Joyce. So excited you're here. You exchanged your email with Miss Eliana Watson for your application as a nurse. Fantastic. You're an RN, New York. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sure we have an amazing recruiting department, both with HRPC and over here on the United States side. In our Charlotte and Idaho offices, we have fantastic recruiting team. They do a great job of reaching out. They really are. They do a really amazing job. I love our recruiting team. Hello in Pakistan. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Do we offer premium processing for the direct hire position? Premium processing, we were just talking about that. We just had a great big old meeting about that. I think with retrogression, premium processing there's a whole big thing around premium processing right now. So I can't, I'm assuming your name is not caps lock. I don't know but individual who asked this question. That is a great question for if you connect with a recruitment or a recruiter. Yeah, premium processing is not as beneficial due to current retrogression. Thank you for saying that more eloquently than I could, Tracy. Obviously, I've only had 1 cup of coffee this morning and not my normal 2. So yeah, premium processing is not as beneficial right now, but it is my understanding we're revisiting premium processing. But due to current retrogression, we would hate to see you throw away your money on something that's not really going to help you. So yet again, worldwide, watching out for your pocketbooks. Is the OET accepted in Georgia? So Georgia is one of those just fantastic states. PTE accepted in Nevada. Yes, I can tell you the PTE is accepted in Nevada. Is the OET acceptable in Georgia? So Georgia is one of those states, and there are a couple of these states, believe it or not, Georgia being one of them, that if your language, and if you reach out to me and I will respond exactly with this to you. If I ask you about your education, I'm asking you about your undergraduate nursing education, your initial undergraduate nursing education. I'm going to ask you the language used for instruction. I'm also going to ask you about your textbooks, your materials, and all of the instruction that was done. I will ask you what language that was done in. If it was done in English, if all of your instruction was done in English, then for some states, not all, but for some states, you can be exempt from their testing requirements. So in Georgia, this is a really big deal. Thank you. I think it's Glaza. Sorry if I mispronounced it. I'm so sorry. So for Georgia, this is a really big deal because Georgia is one of those TOEFL only states. Okay. So if your instruction was entirely in English, and CGFNS puts a little kind of stamp on that, or they put, a little blurb on there that says, instruction completed in English, basically is what CGFNS does when they do your CES report. They're evaluating your credentials, right? And then that state board of nursing knows, okay, they're good. In that case, yes, the OET is acceptable because all you'll need is your visa screen. And CGFNS has listed all of the exams that they accepted for their visa screen, and OET is one of those. But if your education was not in English, if it is concluded that your education does not meet those requirements of being completed in English, you will not get that kind of seal of approval from CGFNS. And then in Georgia specifically, you will have to take the TOEFL. That's just it. So hopefully that answers your question. Hopefully that tackles that question for you. But that was a great question. Thank you so much for asking. Because it doesn't, yep, thank you. See you on the date waiting for the NCLEX Center with a lot of expectations. Us too. We are definitely waiting. Is the PTE accepted in Hawaii? Ooh, I want to go to Hawaii. Take me with you, Joyce. Take me with you. Yes, PTE is accepted in Hawaii. Your BSN education was in Pakistan, which that probably means your education was not done in English, which means you will not be exempted from that English exam. And again, that's just for certain states, not for all states. Guys, a Merry Christmas to you as well. So speaking of Christmas, I have my list right here on red paper. These are my pajamas, by the way. I'm going to get to it. My family, every year, one of my favorite holiday traditions is on Christmas Eve. If you are sleeping in my house, we all have matching Christmas pajamas. Does anybody else do that? Is anybody there? And I've done this ever since I was a child. So I was talking about it with my girls this morning. So these were last year's Christmas pajamas. We all take turns picking them out. And the last year's have a little reindeer head on them. My daughter picked last year's out. So nice little onesie. So I've got my Christmas pajamas on. I'm sitting in front of my Christmas tree, or one of my 3 Christmas trees. I love a Christmas tree. So keep those questions coming. I'm going through my list of the top 10 holiday traditions in the United States, but I want you to keep those questions coming in the chat, okay? Listen to these fun things to prepare for your U.S. Christmas, but keep the questions coming. So the number one holiday tradition in the U.S. right now is picking out a Christmas tree. Now, some people have fake trees, and that's okay. Some people have fake trees. My house, we have 1 real tree, and we have 2 fake trees. But the 1 real tree is the family tree you see sitting behind me. This is a real one. We got it the day after Thanksgiving, so it's on its last leg, probably. But when you're picking out a Christmas tree, what you want to do is 2 things. Here are 2 tips for picking out a live Christmas tree. Are you ready? We're professionals. Number 1 is you want to feel the bristles, and they need to be nice and soft, right? The bristles need to be nice and soft. Number 2, if you're at a place where they've already got them cut, you want them to make a fresh cut on the bottom because they've been sitting for a while and it kind of saps over. So when you get it home, it won't absorb water and keep the bristles nice and fresh. So you always want them to make a fresh cut on the bottom, and you want to keep these bristles nice and soft. Ours are still decently soft. We're decently soft. She's okay. She's been a pretty good tree. But picking out a Christmas tree, some people go up to the mountains and they cut their own tree down. They go out there with an axe, they cut a tree down. Apparently we're doing that next year, according to my husband. So we shall see. Stay tuned next year. You need an English exam. All right, Nadine, which English exam do you need? Happy to help you. Can one contact an attorney directly if there is no help from the case manager? Please help. It's stressful. Hey, believe me, I understand stress. I do. I get it. And I know that all of you out there you want to hear from your case managers as soon as possible. You want answers. You want to know this is your life, right? This is your life we're dealing with, your immigration, and it impacts not just you possibly, but your family. And please know that at Worldwide, we understand that. We do. We understand. And our case managers are working so hard. They get hundreds of emails a day, and they're doing their best to stay on top of it. Especially right now in the holiday season, a lot of people are taking time off to be with families, and we've all earned some time off, nurses definitely included, but we've all earned some time off to be with our families. So if it's taking a little bit longer, I just trust the system, trust the process, and have patience. I know that's hard. It's so hard to do. Believe me, I understand. But I cannot tell you that there's an exact way to reach out to an individual attorney. There is not. You cannot reach out to an individual attorney. But you can always, if you want to kind of escalate or possibly get someone else's input. She's going to shoot me for saying this, Tracy, but Marlo Bench she's here in the United States, and she is over all of case management. She's our director of case management. Marlo Bench is someone you can also reach out to if you're just feeling really, really, really stressed. But she's there. Again, that's only for people who are feeling really stressed and you just really want an answer. She might be able to dig something up for you, but just trust your case manager. Trust that they will respond as soon as they can. You're watching from Saudi. Hello in Saudi, and the flag again. Oh my gracious, you people with the flags, you're killing me. What are good tips on the English exam? It depends on which English exam you're taking, Nadine. It really depends. The 4 general tips that I have for you are to practice each individual section, because all exams have the same 4 sections: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Make sure that you're practicing all of these. Make sure that you're speaking English, nothing but English, 30 minutes straight every day. For 30 minutes straight every single day. Have a conversation, even if it's with yourself. Have a conversation in English every single day. Read something in English. Find a news article, or a blog site, anything, a book. Find a book in English. Listen to a podcast. That's a great one. I think I covered reading, listening to a podcast, speaking. Writing's probably the hardest one to practice. But if you want to write something and practice writing in English, you are welcome to write an email to me. And of course, I'm going to respond in English because that is my first language. But those are probably the top 4 ways that I have to practice no matter what exam you're taking. You're working in Australia. I'm also jealous of that. I want to go to Australia so bad. What's the process from Australia to the US? Well, that's going to depend on AXA. We're going to ask you when you apply. We're going to ask you about your native country. Are you from Australia? That's going to be a lot of different things. So it's not necessarily like where you're living right now. It has to do with your passport. Where are you from? That has a lot to do with it. In Pakistan, waiting for your ATT from the New York board. That's awesome. Thank you. So just wish you all the best, Kamal. Applying to take that test is the approval to test. That's what he's talking about for those of you out there. ATT is your approval to test for the NCLEX. So I wish you all the best. I wish you all the good vibes in the universe going your way, Kamal, as you get ready to take that test. I know you're going to rock it. Vinlo, I'm glad you asked that question. A combined IELTS score. No. So that's called clubbing scores. TOEFL also, when you get your TOEFL test, if you take TOEFL, they'll give you 2 scores. There's your score on that test, and then there's the My Best test, which is if you've taken the TOEFL multiple times, it combines your scores. No, they only take what you scored on that test. You cannot club scores. Can't do it. That is one thing, though, with the MET and the TOEIC. You can take separate sections of the test. So, for example, the TOEIC, you can sign up just to take the reading and listening if that's the part you failed. If you passed the speaking and writing, but you failed the reading and listening, you can just take the reading and listening again because they're 2 separate testing sessions. Waiting for that. Do we have job? Absolutely, we have job opportunities. Just depends on what your qualifications are. Good tips for the NCLEX. You know what? I need to have Arnie, who is in charge of our NCLEX preparation program for our scholars, our NCLEX scholars. She would be the one to give you some great NCLEX tips. So Tracy, write that down. We need to ask Arnie to be on the show. But UWorld Nursing for free NCLEX study videos. Rachel Allen is also someone who has some really great study tips as well. There's a lot of free resources out there. You just kind of have to dig a little bit, but oftentimes a lot of the good resources you have to pay for, unfortunately. But great tip for UWorld Nursing for free NCLEX study videos. Those are really, really helpful. I've watched a few of those. I don't feel like I could take the NCLEX, but I also don't have a degree in nursing. But they were really helpful videos. So let's get through a couple more of these on our list. Number 2, watch a tree lighting ceremony. A tree lighting ceremony. Rockefeller Center in New York City has like the biggest tree lighting ceremony in the country. It's broadcasted on television. We watch it from our home. They always have a really big, they have the Rockettes, who are my favorite. The Rockettes are dancers, very precise dancing. They do a show called Radio City Music Hall for the Rockettes. They're amazing. They're my favorite. Oh, they're just amazing. But they're at a tree lighting ceremony in Rockefeller Center in New York. So watch a tree lighting ceremony. Most of your towns, your small towns, will have a tree lighting ceremony as well. So go check those out. It's a really great way to get out, meet people in your town. It's a really cool opportunity. Decorate your house and extra points for loads of lights. In the United States, we don't just decorate the inside, we decorate the outside. Now, I will say, when I was in the Philippines, I saw these they were like wreaths, but they're electric. They're all lights. And they were like blindingly bright. I don't know what those are called. For my Filipino people who are online, tell me what those things are called, because they were amazing. And they were all along the roadsides. It was crazy. I knew we have openings all over the 50 states. So when you sit down to meet with your recruiter, they're going to ask you some questions about where you would like to be. So kind of talk about what you like. What kind of climate do you like? Do you like big city? Do you like small town? What are you looking for? Because it's your happiness. Where you live has a huge impact on your happiness. For Med Lab, do you need to have passed the ASCP already? That's a great question. That is a great question. Tracy's already on it. ASCP is needed for the Med Lab Tech. Thank you, Tracy. What would we do without you? I don't want to find out. Number 4, Secret Santa. This is a thing in the United States that a lot of offices do it. They may do it in hospitals, like on a nursing floor. Basically, what happens with Secret Santa is if you want to participate, you put your name in a bowl, or you enter your name, and you kind of draw out someone else's name, and you become their Secret Santa. Usually there's a dollar amount given of don't give a gift over this much, like it's $20 or something like that. And sometimes it goes on for like a week, and you leave them little treats throughout the week, and they have to figure out who you are. I got burned a couple of times doing Secret Santa, because every time I did it, the person who got my name would get sick and not be there for Secret Santa week. And so I never got any gifts. So I don't play Secret Santa anymore because I was like, that's it. It's like bad luck. If someone gets my name, they're going to get sick. So for that reason alone, I don't do Secret Santa. But it is a fun thing to watch other people try to figure out who their Secret Santa gift is. Some people go crazy and are very stealthy about how their gifts are delivered, and they leave hints on who they are. And it's just crazy. It's crazy. Building a gingerbread house. You can get little gingerbread house kits to make this is what my children are doing with their grandmother this week. So little gingerbread house kits, and you make it. It's got instructions and everything on the back. I mean, look at that. How much easier can you get? But I'm going to tell you, you're going to want to lay down like a cheap tablecloth or something, because it's going to get messy. Little kids are going to get icing everywhere, all over the place. So as fun as and they're not edible. Don't eat them. They don't taste very good. In my opinion, that and little kids' hands have been all over them. So you guys are nurses. You know how germs work, right? Little kids are just like hotbeds for germs. So I don't want to eat anything that a child's hands have been all over. That's just me personally. What is the best English exam, like IELTS and OET in the USA? So you're asking me my honest opinion between IELTS and OET. Yikes. I'm going to say OET is a better option than the IELTS. The reason I say that is because it is built for healthcare workers. It is. They're running I think it's still going on. If you're in the Philippines, there's a discount right now. If you're a Filipino nurse and you register to take the OET, the price drops to around $300 right now. So get on that if you want to take the OET. I want to plug that in there. But I prefer the OET just because it's built for healthcare. IELTS is built for academics, which means getting into an academic institution in the United States or in Great Britain. or in Australia. So that's just my personal opinion. PTE for license endorsement in Oregon. Let me double check. I feel it's either Oregon or Washington. They're both up there in the corner. Yes, PTE is accepted for licensure endorsement to Oregon. Endorsement, not examination, but endorsement to Oregon. PTE is acceptable. Absolutely. JJ, if you're a nurse with Worldwide, reach out to me. I will give you some PTE lectures and study tips and all that fun stuff. So I'm happy to help you prepare. All right, let's get down to this list. Let's try to finish it. Countdown to Christmas, or an Advent calendar. I believe Advent is a Catholic tradition, but it's essentially a countdown to Christmas. Different families do it different ways. Even people who do not have the religious belief, they still like to participate and do these little countdown to Christmas. So there's 24 days, and sometimes they're in the shape of a tree, and they're just little treats inside. Different families do different things. My family does its own version of an Advent calendar. We have Mary and Joseph, and they travel around the house because they're on their way to Bethlehem. Just different things. But an Advent calendar is essentially a countdown to Christmas, and it's very popular with a lot of children and adults. So I think this is a popular world tradition, not just the US. So holiday cards. I've got to put my friend Katie on blast on here. Holiday cards are a great tradition in the United States, and they're not typical. I mean, some people still send the traditional holiday card of you can go to and get a box at the store, but a lot of families now send photos of their family or their children, and that's what they use to make their holiday cards. And this is my friend Katie and her husband. They're being silly, very, very, very silly. Her husband doesn't have any hair. He's wearing a wig. But it just says Happy Holidays, and then it has their name on it. But you put this in an envelope, and this is what people send as their Christmas card. She's gonna shoot me. But some people send really funny pictures, and they take it in a really funny way. We sent just a classic picture of our two girls. So it's really up to you. Some people have a lot of fun with it. Some people are very traditional with it. Some people send whole letters, and they explain what their family's been up to for the entire calendar year. So it's really up to you. Let's see. Watch a Christmas movie. So this is a great tip. If you want to practice your English language skills, watch an American Christmas movie. And the number one American Christmas movie, according to Fandango, is Home Alone. Home Alone. I would not have guessed Home Alone, but Home Alone is number one Christmas movie of all time, according to Fandango. It is, my children love that movie. It's actually one of my favorites. But the number one movie, according to Entertainment Weekly, just for classic Christmas, is It's a Wonderful Life. But if you're going to watch a Christmas movie in English, Home Alone. I like number two, but that's just my personal tip. Number one Christmas movie. So the next one, number 9 on our list, is Hanging the Christmas Pickle. Some of you are out there going, what? Hanging the Christmas Pickle. And I just so happen to have a Christmas pickle. So what it is, it stays in my nice, neat little jar, right? And it's an ornament that, I lost my tag. You hang your ornament on the tree. It's stuck in there. I'm not going to get it out right now. But it's an ornament. And since it's green, it's going to blend in with the tree. And the person who finds the Christmas pickle first gets to open the first present. So that's how it works. Hanging the Christmas pickle. It's a silly tradition. It's fun, but it works really well if you have little kids and they fight over who's going to open the first gift. Get a Christmas pickle, hide it in the tree after the kids go to bed, and then whoever finds the Christmas pickle gets to open the first gift, and then from there, people choose. So fun, really weird holiday tradition, but I love pickles, so it works for me. And then number 10 on our list is the Yule log. The Yule log, a log that you put on a fire, and that's what you think of. But in the United States, or you all can access it as well on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and type in Yule log, you'll see a log burning on a fire. A lot of families nowadays will put the Yule log on their TV while they're opening presents and all that kind of fun stuff. So it just creates a nice little ambiance for Christmas morning. So if you would like to start a United States Christmas tradition in your house to prepare for your journey to the United States, check out YouTube, turn on the Yule log while you're opening presents on Christmas Day, if that's something that your family chooses to participate in. So it's nice. Usually they play some Christmas music. I like the one that has the dog sleeping in front of the fire because I'm just a dog person. That's just me. My dogs are both currently passed out on the couch. So thank you so much for tuning in today. You guys had some great questions again today. This is the final live stream of 2023. The next time you see me, it's going to be 2024. Really, really, really excited, but I will be back. I do have a message for you next Thursday, just a fun little Christmas message. So if you're bored next Thursday and you want to check things out, Tracy will be posting that on our Facebook and YouTube pages, just kind of me wishing you a Merry Christmas. So it's fun. It's silly. It's me, typical me. But that will be next Thursday. But the next Thursday, I will be coming back to you live and direct from my corner in 2024. Woohoo! Hello from Cameroon. Hello in Cameroon. Not from, I'm obviously not in Cameroon, but hello, Sheila in Cameroon. Thank you for tuning in. Other than that, I think I've covered everything, Tracy. Oh, a webinar. We do have a great webinar coming up with Mike Hammond and with the Ron Hoppy. So make sure you register for that webinar. Tracy posted information about it in the chat. It's going to be a really, earlier, someone was asking about emailing an attorney. Sign up for that webinar. You might have some really good information in there that answers some of your questions. So Ananda, did I get it right? Ananda? I don't know, I probably got it wrong. But hello, I'm doing great. I'm excited. I'm prepared for Christmas in my house. We are ready for Santa to come. But to end the show, I'm going to give you one more reminder. Don't face the corner. Face the world with Worldwide. Happy holidays and a Merry Christmas to all of you. Stay safe and thank you for everything that you do to keep us safe and healthy. See you in a couple weeks.